Hey guys, my name is Mr. Akin, and today we're going to be learning how to tie our shoes. Our goal by the end of the class or by the end of the lesson is to be able to say that I can and will be able to tie my shoes by myself or individually. So let's go ahead and get started. So step number one is you're going to find a pair of shoes. With this pair of shoes, you're also going to need a pair of laces, whether that comes separately or on the shoe, whatever you need to be able to do that. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to keep my shoe on my desk. Obviously, when you're tying your shoes, you're going to want them to be on your feet, but I'm going to keep mine on my desk just to be able to demonstrate easier. So step number two is you're going to place a lace in each hand, and you're going to cross over, and I'll show that real quick. Okay, so you've got your shoe. You're going to place a lace in each hand, and you're going to cross over like this. So I'm going to take the lace that was in my right hand, my dominant hand, and I'm going to cross it over, and it should make kind of an X shape like this when you're done. Okay, so I'll go ahead and hold that for you so I can show you the next step. So step number three is you're going to take the lace that was previously in your dominant hand, and you're going to pull it through the gap, and then you're going to pull tight. Okay, I'll go ahead and show that. So you've got your X just like this. Okay, so this lace was previously in my right hand, it's now my left hand because I crossed it over. I'm going to take it, I'm going to push it through the bottom of this gap, so you've got a little bit of a twist like this, right? And then I'm going to pull it tight. Obviously, you're not going to pull it too tight, you just want to pull it until the shoe's comfortable and snug against your foot. So now that you've got kind of a twist like this, we'll go ahead and continue. So step number four is you're going to take, again, a lace in each hand, and you're going to make loops with them. I call them bunny ears because it's easier to understand and easier to remember. So what I mean by that is I'm going to have this lace in my right hand with a loop like this, and I'm going to have this lace in my left hand with a loop like this. All right, so then when you pinch them together like this, you've got what I call bunny ears. It's easier to remember, and just how I find it a pretty creative way to remember how to tie your shoes. So step number five, we'll go ahead. You're going to take one of these loops, and you're going to push it around the other one and through another gap. So I'll go ahead and show that for you guys. So you've got your bunny ears here. I'm going to take this one that was in my right hand. I'm going to take it around the other one, and I'm going to push it through this little gap right here, right? So when you bring that around and you pull it across, you're going to have a little gap there, and you're just going to push this loop back through this gap, right? So then it should look something like this. Whenever you get done with that, you're pretty close. You're almost done, right? So step number six, or the final step, is you're going to take a loop in each hand or a bunny ear in each hand, and you're going to pull it tight. Okay? So for this one, all you have to do is you've still got your loop right here that's through that gap, and you've got the loop right here, and you're just going to pull it tight. Okay? So then by the end of it, you should have a little knot like this, and that's how you tie your shoes. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and we'll repeat this. I won't use the cards this time, but I'll go ahead and repeat the process for you. So step number one, remember, was that we were going to have, well, step number one actually was to grab your favorite pair of shoes or shoes with laces, whichever one you prefer, okay? So then step number two, what we're going to do is you're going to take a lace in each hand, and you're going to cross them over. Again, I use the lace that's on my dominant hand, and I put it on top, so it makes a little bit of an X, kind of like this, okay? So then step number three, what we're going to do is we're going to take the lace that was in our dominant hand, and we're going to push it through this gap, so that way it has a little bit of a twist like this. Then we'll go down, so that way when you'll pull that tight, so that way when you look down at your shoe again, you'll have this little twist kind of there. So step number four, you're going to make the bunny ears again. So you've got this ear in your right hand, then you've got this ear again in your left hand. So you've got two loops. You put them together, and I call them bunny ears, so you can hold them kind of like this, or you can hold them separately. It's really not that big of a deal. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Now, the next step, or step number five, is you're going to take one loop, and you're going to take it around the other one, just like that, and you're going to push it through. You see this little gap? Yep, you're going to push it straight through there again, so that way, by the time you're done with that step, it should kind of look like this, kind of like a knot that hasn't been tied yet, because that's what it is. So then step number six, you've got a loop in each hand, and you're just going to pull that tight. And that's how your knot should look. Okay, guys, I've enjoyed teaching you guys how to tie your shoe. Hopefully, by the end of the day, we can all say, I can and I am able to tie my shoes by myself. All right, have a good day, guys.